Hey, what's up guys? Brian Ellwood. So this video is for all of my guys and gals who are stuck in a 9 to 5 and you're grinding, trying to figure a way out of that. And you might be beating yourself up a little bit because your progress is too slow or you feel stuck. Okay. So when I first graduated college, I got a corporate 9 to 5 as well. I was making like 35 grand a year or something, which was still not a lot of money, even back in like 2007 when I got the job. But, it was always impossible to get ahead. Like every paycheck basically went to pay my mortgage and for groceries. I remember calculating that I had like $250 a month of disposable income for like restaurants and stuff. And if I blew that on something like, I couldn't buy like a new guitar unless I saved that up for 3 or 4 months, right? So I remember that feeling of just not being able to get ahead. And it was like, what can you do? Because all your time is going towards the job. I'm getting a 3% raise every year, right? And it sucked, and that was a very entry level job, right? A lot of people were doing a little better than that, but the tendency is when you're doing however well you're doing, your expenses kind of creep up to match that. So once I became an entrepreneur, after a year of, struggle and making like $8,000 going into credit card debt, all of a sudden my income exploded and I made way more than I had ever made in my life. And I was also investing in real estate at that time as well. So I was making money wholesaling and flipping houses and then turning around and investing in rental properties, right? And I watched the rental properties go up, the rental income came in, and then my earned income was way higher too from being an entrepreneur, right? And the weird thing is like, I didn't change how hard I was working. A little harder, of course, on my own stuff than I was at the corporate job, right? But, I still had the same 8 hours in the day and all that. And what I realized is that, back when I was struggling to get ahead, it wasn't that I was like some loser who, couldn't get it together. I was literally just playing in the wrong ballpark. Okay. Once I learned the power of being an entrepreneur where you write your own paychecks, okay, and then being an investor, that's when everything changed. I realized that, and when I'm playing in this ballpark over here, there's no rules. There's no ceiling on the income I can make, and I can invest money, and then that just kind of explodes the money even more. And I realized, okay, all the world's wealthiest people are playing in the same ballpark too. They're entrepreneurs who make a high earned income and then, but that income is taxed a lot, right? So then they toss that into investments, real estate, and then that income is taxed at a much lower rate because of the depreciation write-off and other things, right? And so once I realized that, I was like, so entrepreneurship plus real estate investing is sort of the ultimate combination that kind of guarantees you'll succeed. So when you play in that ballpark, when you can transition to earning your own money, and you're not going to be, you might not blow up and make 6 figures a year overnight as an entrepreneur, right? It can take a year or two to get some traction starting your own business. But once you can do that and create a gap between what you earn and what it costs you to live, then you have lots of disposable income to put towards investments. And then that kind of blows up. And that's when you're really off to the races. Okay. So for anyone out there that's just like, man, I'm working so hard. I'm trying, I want this to happen for me. You're probably just playing in the wrong ballpark. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you. I have, like buddies that wanted to get into real estate and they're actually like way smarter than me, right? And work harder than me and work more hours than I do, right? And I'm trying to convince them like, come play in this ballpark that I'm playing in, with your work ethic and your talent, like you'll do great, right? So it really is just about rigging the game in your favor. Okay. Like, why not? If you're going to play this game of working and trying to make money and trying to get ahead and trying to get more freedom in your life, like, rig the game in your favor. Become an entrepreneur, become an investor, and with less work, you can get way easier results. Like, it's almost like cheating. Okay. Except it's not cheating. It's legal. Right. But I'm sure you have probably been envious before of like some stupid celebrity who has millions of followers on Instagram, and, they're like, it's like, and the only reason they're famous is because they're someone's daughter or son or some crap like that. And you're like, man, the game is like rigged in their favor, like they had it made from the start. Right. Well, unfortunately, we're not celebrities. So the way that we rig the game in our favor is we become entrepreneurs. We do what we love, and we grow that to be a high earned income. And then you take as much of that as you can, since it's being taxed heavily, and you toss it into real estate, which is taxed at a lot lower tax bracket. And then the combination of those two, like, the game is way easier to win, guys. Okay. So I hope this has been helpful and inspiring for you guys. If you want to grab a copy of my free course on how to get the money for your first rental property, go to fearlessfinancing.com and grab that. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.